Welcome back to TalkSpicyHer. It's the lit one, Ritz. We're back with another episode, and I do have a very special guest with me today.
Yes.
I'm overly excited for this. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to call you Brandon.
Yes, I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
But I'm going to let you introduce yourself as who you want to be known as.
How y'all doing? It's Brandon, but I like to be called Just Eazz.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think it's Eazz, it's Just Eazz. So if you saying it, you got to put the just in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Reason being, because throughout my life, throughout my music career, throughout everything I've been doing, man, I've had a lot of names. And that's a lot of different personalities to hold on to, bro. So, you know, when I first ever started making music, my homeboy, shout out to Stoffer, man, House of Cuts, Wilmington, North Carolina, he started his own barbershop. It's possible, y'all. Put your mind to do something, it'll happen. And we was just in the car, man. We was smoking, we chilling, you feel me? And out the blue, we was just started rapping. And I was making a lot of sense. He was like, dang, boy. I was like, yo. He was like, boy, that's easy to you. He was like, boy, your rap name should be Easy. I was like, he said, cause everything easy to you. I was like, yeah, and your name Brandon. I was like, you're right. I said,
I didn't know he came up with that.
He did.
Stopper.
Yep.
Okay.
Shout out to Stopper.
Shout out to Stopper.
And, you know, don't hurt me, Stopper. I said, yours should be Headache. He was like, why? I said, cause you got a big head.
Accurate.
He went with it though. He went with it though. So, and it went from Be Easy to G5 Easy. And I changed it to G5 when I really started taking music serious. Now, I when I was out there, man, I was really, you know, and a lot of people tell you whenever you're doing music, people use stuff to get them out of their element so they can really be creative. And I changed my name to G5 because I was always high and I feel like I was above a lot of things in my life. And a G5 is a jet. And I was just, you know, but everything's still easy. You know?
So Be Easy, G5 easy.
And then I got on Facebook when I came home. I don't want to get into that.
We gonna talk about it though.
Okay.
Not right now. Just finish the name. Finish the name. We gotta talk about it.
So when I came home from prison, my name on Facebook was Brandon Montreal Wilson. And I couldn't get into that page no more. So I was like, well, let me make another Facebook then. And I changed it to Hercules. Now, Hercules came about, you know, Hercules. People be like, oh, because it's Hercules, because he's strong. It's actually a set. I was banging blood, you know, I was blood. And no shade to none of the homies or none of that. You know,
I'm just
listen, not for real, man. But I felt like because our set was Hurt, it was G-Shine. You know, I hope I don't get in trouble for talking about this. But, you know, it was Hurt set. It was Hurt. So I was like, well, it's Eazz. So on Facebook, they can call me Hercules. Whole time, I'm like, I'm silly. So I was thinking about Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
I was like, Urkel. But they wouldn't let me put the Eazz in front. So I had to go Hercules.
Yeah. So
in my head, I'm like, Urkel Steve?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
But it was really Hercules. But that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So after that, it was just, I stopped doing everything, man. And once I realized that I was putting too much emphasis on my life, man, trying to keep up with so many different characters, it'll mentally do something to you.
Absolutely.
So I said, man, whenever I get back into anything, my name is going to be Just Eazz. Because that's what everybody call me. They be like, what's up, Eazz? I be like, what up, bro? You know, hey, there go Eazz right there.
Yeah.
I be like, what up, bro? They don't never put nothing in front of it.
Yeah.
So
Just Eazz.
Just Eazz. So that's what it is now. It's just Eazz. I'm chilling, man.
Okay.
It's still Eazz.
Right.
But it's the gist of it.
Yeah. I get it. I've known you for many of years, probably like 20 years now, close to it. They don't even know it. They don't even know. We go way back. Huh?
I'm like, why are they so comfortable?
Yeah, this is literally somebody who I would have, or not, I won't say would consider like a really close friend, like a best friend of mine.
Yes,
like we just, you know.
Yes.
My dog.
Yes.
Okay. Silly as hell. So I wanted you to come on here. Like I know you were kind of referencing your music and everything, but it's hard to not notice like the growth that you've came, like just from G5 Easy to where you're at now. So I feel like we typically when I like do these types of podcasts, I want to start there and then we're going to talk about like your progress and your growth and how you got there and then, you know, what your mission is sort of thing. Okay. So you were talking about, you know, being high all the time. What was your drug of choice back then?
Well, it started with weed. You know, my aunt used to.
Do you think that's a gateway drug?
When they say gateway, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna smoke weed and smoke crack. You know, it's gonna turn me into smoking crack. Gateway to me was like, you would smoke some weed and be around. It'll be the gateway to people, and those people probably got a lot of things going on that you might try. Yeah, I wouldn't consider it a gateway drug. You know, it wasn't nothing that you would be fiending for. Well, nowadays they be fiending for it, but you know. But I started out smoking weed, you know, and I believe, rest in peace to my homie, man. My homie Byron, Big B, man. Byron Funderburg, rest in peace, man. I love you, bro. Me and him started smoking weed together. It was at a bike fest. And it was me, him, and his dad. His dad took us to the bike fest, got us a room. And his dad was like, boy, y'all need to hit this, man. And I fake smoked at that point. I was around about 14, 15. I was just faking it because I just didn't want to look like I was lame. Right. So after the fact, me and Byron really started smoking for real. Our first time smoking, I believe we rolled it up in some paper, like real writing paper, loose leaf. And we was sneaking around the neighborhood just smoking, bro. And when that Reggie blunt hit us, I was out of this world. We couldn't stop laughing. Everything was just so funny, bro. Yeah, everything was so funny when I first started smoking weed, but it became so real that my aunt started paying attention to it. She was like, you doing something. I used to be like, no, I'm not. You know, here I am about to go into high school. Okay. Then once I started a freshman, you know, everybody was smoking. Everybody I was around was smoking. So, you know, I'm sneak smoking, trying to put on air freshener, anything I can, putting eye drops in. And my aunt used to be like, is something going on with you? And I used to be like, no, it's not. She used to be like, I'm going to find it out. And she found it out because I had this job that you couldn't smoke. You couldn't catch a charge. And I kid you not, I went home, got off the bus. My aunt was like, she left a note. She said, Brandon, don't leave the house until I get off work. I'm like, I'm always out the house before you get off work. I'm outside after I get off the bus until I get home. Like, right. So she just said, I got this, at the end of the fact, she said, I just had this feeling. But when I went outside, I got up with a couple of guys from the neighborhood I was in. We went behind the shed and was smoking. And everybody went in on it. We smoking. And the next thing I know, the lady beside us must have called the police because the police walked around and was like, gentlemen. And I froze up. I see the blunt. The blunt that got through by everybody's shoe. Yeah, gentlemen. So, you know, I was freaked out. Whole time, I'm like, my aunt gonna get me, bro. She told me not to leave the house. I'm like, this lady is a psychic or something, bro. So when nobody would own up to it, I was just sitting there like, everybody was pointing at me. Like, that's because I was, you know, one of the darkest dudes or something. Yeah. So everybody was pointing at me like, it's his. I'm like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? Like, no. So I say that to say this. Whenever I started smoking, it started trickling my life down, man. Trickling my life down. I lost the job I had, and I just was like, well, I'm gonna just keep smoking, man. I'm having fun. I'm in high school. Right. We skipping school. We smoking. After I started smoking weed, I started dabbling in the ecstasy pills. Okay. That was when Gucci Man came out, you know.
How old were you at this point?
I was 20. I can only go by the dates. It was like 2009. Okay. So I was in my early 20s. Yeah. Early 20s. And we all was together, and I'm just watching people pop. I'm like, man, what is, I'm like, hey, B, Byron, he was still alive. I'm like, B, what's that, bro? He was like, boy, these yops. I was like, yops. He had a yop and a one of, you know, them pills at the gas station that you get the. Okay. He had one. He said, boy,
a little rhino.
Little rhino pill. He said, boy, I'm about to take these and take somebody out, boy. I was like, what? Golly. So he had another one. I took it. You know, I took it and forgot I took it. Next thing I know, I'm just like, my hands get to sweating. I'm like, whoa. I like this. Wait a
I
minute.
feel good
I
as
don't
hell.
know what's going on, but this is going on. I think I had an Altel or some kind of Kiwi phone,
Yeah.
one of them old phones. I went to going in my phone trying to find somebody to talk to. I'm talking to everybody. I'm calling everybody phone, bro.
Yeah.
So I ended up calling a female. We talking. She was like, "You just talking real good." I'm in my head like, I know. So
I'm a smooth criminal right now.
I'm a smooth dude right now. You don't understand the magnitude.
Yeah.
So once I started liking that so much and what it'll do for me as a person to be able to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Whenever you ain't scared, you ain't shy.
Mm-hmm. Confidence. Okay.
That's crazy.
Uh-huh.
Confidence. So it boosted up my confidence, and I was popping pills all the way to like 2021. They got more.
I didn't know it was that long.
It was that long, man.
Wow.
They got more. You know, they wasn't as good as they used to be.
Yeah.
That's why I found myself.
But did you start taking more? Like when they weren't as strong anymore?
I was taking 1.5, taking 2. And then somebody was like, "These ain't even real, bro." I'm like, I'm sitting there wondering, like, when is the feeling about to hit me? Like,
yeah, you chasing that feeling.
So that's when I got introduced to Molly.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got introduced to Molly, my life was, I didn't know.
At what point? At what? Because
this was 2010.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on.
No.
2012.
Okay.
Is when I got introduced to Molly.
Okay.
Because I was selling heroin.
Mm-hmm.
And
ooh,
yeah, man.
That's a hard word to say, out loud.
I know.
That's a hard word to hear, and I don't even have no, you know what I'm saying?
Listen,
golly.
Bro, before I was about to say it, I was like, "This, I don't know if I need to say this."
Nah, I mean, this is your story, though. This is your story.
And I was getting bricks at a time, man. You know, and one of my customers, I'm not gonna call her a junkie or lick. She was making money with me. We was making money together. I'd give her a lot of stuff and she'd get it off with me, you know. So one day she gave me a phone number and was like, "Call this dude, man. I know you've been trying to find those pills, but I know somebody that got something better than those." So I was like, What? I said, "I'm not about to do nothing crazy." She was like, "No, it's called Molly." I'm like, "Molly." Then I remember some songs I was listening to Future.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he had Molly Gall, all this Molly stuff going on. I was like,
Pop the Molly out.
Pop the Molly, all this crazy stuff. So I was like, all right. So when I got up with the guy, he had gave me a pill bottle, one of those extra large pill bottles with about 50 of them. He just gave them to me. He was like, "Such and such is a good person. She told me about you, you know, because we was making money with him too."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Take these, man. You know, you can get these off too. This is the new wave right now. And you can get this off."
What color was it?
It was tan.
Okay.
They was in capsules though.
Gotcha.
But
okay.
I break the capsule open because I was nosy.
Yeah.
So let me see what this is. Dumped in my hand. It looked like a big sand grain.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man. I said, man, drunk me something real quick, man.
Golly,
I know,
Brandon.
bro. Man, listen, man.
Yeah. No judgment.
No judgment, man.
I just like
and my dad's side, we prone to addiction.
Mm-hmm.
On my father's side, it was a lot of addiction on my father's side. That's where a lot of it comes from.
Yeah.
So whenever I did that, man, I never felt like that a day in my life, yo. I was like, oh my goodness gracious, bro.
Initially, that's how you felt when you popped the E-pill.
But
and then
times
you went
10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now you're like, this different. This different.
This is it. But this was the key ingredient to what they was putting in them pills.
Yeah, it's
the purest MDMA.
Yes.
Man, so when I was, man, I had like I said, I was selling dope, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that what's in meth?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I don't think a lot of people realize that that's what it is.
We gonna get to that.
Okay.
We gonna get to that.
Okay.
So I was running up racks, man, and just getting high. I stopped doing music. I was doing music, but I wasn't focused. I was trying to get money, get clothes, get shoes, get some more cars.
Mm-hmm.
I was just doing the most, man.
Yeah.
And I had a red Audi at the time. So I'm riding, man. I just be riding, playing music and just getting high. Me and my partner, man. You know, free Blizz, man. If you ain't home by the time you see this, It's
Hey,
free skin,
Mama
man.
made it.
For real, man. And speaking of music, I gotta veer off. Shout out to my boy, Pretty Boy, man, Damian Lewis. That's a good dude. That's my brother, man. He opened up a lot of doors for me. He believed in me, man. And this man gave me a whole bunch of chances to be able to do a whole lot of stuff, man. And which allegedly is leading me to a lot of the things that I'm doing right now. But yeah, so I used to be riding, bro, and didn't know people was hating on me. They'd be like, Eazz with the dope. They'd be like, yeah, that's Eazz with the dope. Call Eazz, he got the smack. Not knowing that I'm setting myself up for failure with these drugs I'm indulging in. So I turned into Eazz with the dope to Eazz with the Molly, you know? So I didn't want to sell it. I wanted to, nah, y'all not.
This mine.
This mine.
Niggas trying to.
You ain't about to get this, bro.
Yeah.
So I gave a couple of them out. I was in Houston Mo. I gave a couple of them things out, man. And about the next 2 nights I came back out there, I had the same people seeing my car. Boy, I need some more of that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, nah, man. I just wanted you to, you know,
That was the samples.
That was for you. You feel me? So it became more of an addiction to me because of the feeling that I was getting. I was being a womanizer, and I apologize to every woman I womanized, man. I was a womanizer. I wasn't focused, and it allegedly led me to, you know, being around the wrong crowd, and I was smoking boat, PCP. Bombing fluid.
What year was this?
This was around the same time. Everything was going so fast. I was smoking boat. I started dabbling in boat, man. They were selling it in little silver, little aluminum foil. Mm-hmm. And I started dabbling in that around a year earlier before the Molly. Okay. So whenever I was on the Molly, I ain't need no more boat. Yeah. So the people I was around was with smoking boat. You know, we was smoking dip cigarettes, everything, man. I know y'all looking at me like, what?
When did you stop doing boat completely?
I stopped doing boat completely. When I came home after, when I got locked up in 2013, a lot of the stuff that I was doing, you know, fell off. When I came home, I said, I'm not about to be doing that no more, bro. It's
and
over.
How long were you away?
3 years. I did a year and a half in the county, and I did another year and a half on the yard for possession of firearm by felon, and they ran it consecutively with possession with intent to sell and deliver within 1,000 feet of a school zone. I originally had a trafficking charge because some idiot told on me because like I said, I had that red Audi. Mm-hmm. We was all in Houston Mo, and one of my partners was like, boy, there go them people. And I was looking like, well, I'm good. I ain't got nothing on me, everything in my car, like in a spot where don't nobody but certain few know, you feel me? Yeah. And I had so many run-ins with the law that, you know, I got on my leg, man, I got bit by the K9 unit. Them people knew me by name, man. They knew my rap name, they knew my real name, they knew everything about me, bro. All the way down to the red car. Like, I was just so dumb and blinded and high, I didn't know that I was setting myself up to be a target. But we out there in the parking lot in the back, on the side on Greenfield Street. But like I said, my partner said, boy, them people coming. And I was like, man, I'm good, bro. And Schwartz, that's his name. He's fast. So Schwartz hopped out. All I heard him say was, Brandon Wilson. I'm like, everybody peeling. I peeled too, you feel me? Yeah. I got like $2,600 in my pocket. And I think like 2 grams of weed. I'm going. I ran over there by it was a store off of 15th Street. I forgot what it was called, man. Old store. They shut it down. I threw my 2 grams of weed in the woods, ping. And I said, I'm not about to throw my money. That's stupid. So when they took me down, everything happened. Woo woo woo. I get locked up. I get my my paperwork for the arrest warrant and everything. It had down there that they had a
informant.
A confidential and reliable source told them that the guy that y'all giving chase to right now has a bunch of narcotics in the trunk of his car. Now, I don't know if somebody told me. I don't know if these people just knew it. I don't know if these people really had it out for me to get me off the streets. But the people knew, and they went in my trunk, which they was not supposed to do because the car wasn't in my name. Yeah. So you would have had to call the owner of the car to get them to come search this. You don't have probable cause, and this ain't in my name. And just because it's on this property don't mean that it's mine. This could be anybody's car. Yeah. Oh, we know it's yours. We see you in it. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So when they did that, you know, got locked up. I'm sitting there like, dang, man. Somebody told on me. I'm out here getting high. I don't care about nothing, blah, blah, blah. And I get locked up. Boom. From 2013 to 2016, I get out, mind my business. I'm like, I'm not about to do no more drugs. I'm about to stay focused. I'm about to go get some jobs. You know, as lame as it feel, I'm going to get some jobs, bro. I went to going to try to get jobs. And it was so much going on the inside that you wouldn't know about. It's a lot of gang activity, and I was on like six different prison camps for my rank. So whenever they figure out that you are gang related, they gonna send you to the highest ranked gang prison camp. So I started off in green clothes and ended up in brown clothes and close custody. And I went, like I said, I went to like 6 different prison camps. I learned a lot. Thank God I made it out alive. I've seen a lot behind them walls. I've seen a lot behind them gates, man. And when I came home, I vowed to myself, I'm going to get it together. I'm about to focus on my music. I'm not about to do no more drugs. I was a junkie. Didn't even know I was a junkie, getting skinny. I was out there about 159. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm a grown man. Somebody going to throw me out the park, bro. So, let me take a sip too.
Okay. And then I have a question. Okay, so when you were just like beginning your story as far as talking about doing drugs and your addiction, you had mentioned your dad was addicted or is addicted.
He was, man. I lost my father the beginning of this. I can't even remember, man. I don't even be wanting to think about it. But I
sorry to hear that.
Lost my father, man.
Was it of natural causes or was he?
They say it was natural causes of a heart attack, failure or something like that when they found him. And I lost my mother too when I was 3 years old in a car accident. And I was in it. Everybody in the car survived but my mom. So I lost my mother and my father. But my Aunt Janice, shout out to my aunt, I love her, that's my mom. Yeah. She took me in as her own when I was 3 years old. But yeah, my father, I was an 80s baby. So my father, they grew up, they time in the 90s was, you know, early 80s, people were snorting cocaine and it turned into the hard crack. Right. So a lot of my family members, they was doing drugs, man. Yeah, your mom wasn't on drugs. Nah, though, right? My mom wasn't on drugs. Okay. So this was after the fact my mom died that a lot of things started perspiring. Yeah. So do you feel like, so I know you said addiction is in your family, but also, you know, losing your mom at a young age, do you feel like you were like vulnerable to just trying to find yourself? Like your dad's not, if he is active, he can only be so active, having an active addiction. And then your mom, you know, not being here, unfortunately. I know you said your Aunt Janice is there. Do you feel like you turned to drugs for other reasons outside of, you know, like just who you were with? Yeah, I can say that because once I started getting this feeling of numbness that I never felt before, right? I didn't think about a lot of my past. Like I wasn't thinking about nothing but what was going on at that point in time, you know. And on that side of my family, it really wasn't they wasn't going to church or nothing like that. Yeah. And shout out to my Aunt Sheila. I love you, Auntie. You know, she helped raise me too when I was on that side of, you know, whenever I go to the country, Hampstead, North Carolina, where I'm from, I was born in Burgall. Okay. But my dad's side is originally from Hampstead. Okay. Union Bethel Road. It's a long road with a lot of different cuts. Shout out to all my cousins too. So on that side of the family, it was a lot of that, a lot of violence, a lot of stuff that I would see. That whenever I go back with my aunt, I'm taking a lot of things that I've witnessed to my aunt, and my aunt kept me in church. She was always adamant about keeping me in church. I was on the Sunshine Band, singing with the choir at Faith Temple Church of God in Christ. With the youth, I was always in church every Sunday. She would even have me in choir rehearsal, just watching her. Yeah, you know. But I believe her doing that was to keep me from that lifestyle that she couldn't keep me from, because you can't keep me away from my dad. You know, you can't keep me away from my cousins. Right. So whenever she knew, by the time I get to the age of he's not gonna listen to me, right, it was already gonna be too late because it was already gonna be set up like that. So I really did use a lot of drugs to numb a lot of the things that I've witnessed, went through, seen, and and was still going through while I was taking drugs. I was taking drugs and still going through stuff.
Right. At that point, do you feel like there was a time where you were like, I'm not going to make it out of this, or I'm not going to, I'm going to just, this is the life that was given to me. Like, these were the cards that I was dealt.
Yeah. Probably around, let's see, around 2012, man, when I really started getting in trouble. It was all before I got locked up. I was just like, man, this is me. This is it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
The lifestyle. I wasn't really focused on no type of spirituality. I was just out there.
Right.
By the grace of God, I didn't lose my life in a lot of situations that I could have.
Amen. Mm-hmm. So when you went to prison, do you feel like that was a wake up call for you?
Yes. And the whole time, I could have fought the case because I believe it was they didn't have no cause to do anything that they did. My lawyer told me a lot of the things that was in the paperwork wasn't adding up. But I was just ready to go home, bro. Whatever, because I was facing trafficking. That's a mandatory a lot of time.
Yeah.
But I had to wait until
they do not play about that. They do not play about that.
I had to wait until all of the dope that was in evidence lose all its potency,
right, and
shrink down to under the radar from it being trafficking. Because 7 grams is trafficking. I think I had about 9. Either 5 is trafficking, 7 is one of them. But I met the criteria for it not to be. And they said, listen, my lawyer came and was like, listen, we got a plea agreement for a firearm by a convicted felon that ran consolidated with possession with 1,000 feet of a school zone. I said, yeah. What's the time? He said 3 years with a year and a half served. So you would go to prison and do another year and a half.
Gotcha.
I was like, yeah, let's go. Let me get me up out of this county.
Yeah.
Because in that county, hey, about that county jail. You in them doors.
Yeah.
For 22 hours.
Yeah.
Let me see, 20 hours. You get 4 hours out at a time. 2 hours in the daytime, 2 hours at night. You in there. You
That's crazy. He said you in there.
Listen, bro, you can keep walking back and forth to that door all you want to. You're going to see straight facility.
Yeah.
And I went through like 18 different roommates in there, bro. That's 18 different personalities, man.
Yeah.
I had so many roommates. I was locked up at one point in time in the dorm. In the room with me was the same guy who killed my cousin. He was in there having nightmares. I didn't have nothing against the dude. I'm like, yeah, y'all had whatever y'all had going on. You did what you did. I'm not about to sit in here and fight you and do this. That's weird. Right. Whatever, bro. I love my cousin. Rest in peace to my cousin. But it took for me to go through all of that, man, to see everything I saw, to even be in prison. I'm sitting there like, I'm in prison. Sometimes I just be sitting there like, they should be like, Eazz. I'd be like, oh, they be like, boy, you out there, boy, come back. I just be like, well, I'm not trying to come back. I'd rather be out there in my head. Like, I said, boy, I can't believe I'm in prison, boy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you here, boy. You is here.
What do you feel like was rock bottom? Like, when do you feel like you hit rock bottom? What was that?
I hit rock bottom. Yeah, 2013 is when I hit rock bottom, man. At that point in time.
Okay.
Whenever I lost everything, man, and was just in that county. When I was in that county jail, I was at rock bottom. Yeah. Because nobody gave me anything but my aunt. My aunt sent me $40 every week, bro. Kept minutes on the phone, bro. Every week. I had nobody to call but her.
Yeah. And so even after you got out what, 2016?
I got out 2016.
Right. And went into what?
The same stuff.
So was that really rock bottom? What, I mean, and not everybody has to hit rock bottom in order for them to get that wake up call. Like, what was your wake up call for you to want to turn your life around?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. At that point in time, that was my rock bottom. When I came home in 2016, I was like, that's why I said I'm ready to make music, boom, 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 boom. But I forgot that you're not about, how you gonna make music? You sober. Like, I'm like, well, dad, man, I'm about to see who got the ops then. Like, boom. So I'm back, I'm on parole. So I couldn't smoke or nothing. So I was taking pills, taking pills. But they, like I said, they wasn't as strong. Right. So I'm still taking them. And by the time I have to do a drug test, I can flush that out my system.
What is it in there, 3 days?
Yeah, about 3 days. Yeah. And I was taking the Molly, but it wasn't that Molly. This was methy Molly. I'm talking about, I'm sitting there popping it and it's almost full-blown methamphetamine.
Yeah, I mean, That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's
man.
what it is.
You
They
on
just,
that mouth.
That's you on that mouth. They
So-
just rebranded it and rebranded it. They
So, I'm
rebranded
telling
it.
you, bro. So one day I looked at myself, man, at one of my mug shots. I looked this so dumb. I said, "Oh my God."
Mhm.
And as I was looking, I was like, "That's really me, bro." And I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, "Come on, bro. You can't get back to that, man. You got to tighten up." So I'm in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna slow down. It's almost about 2017. My parole about to be over with. I met a female, and then I met another female, and another female, and another female, and I had to stop, bro, because at about 2018 is when I really understood, like, now I'm back selling dope.
Yeah.
I got up with the female who I used to.
Right.
She's
right.
still out there. I'm like, yo. I said, I gotta get some money, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Hey, baby." I was like, "How you doing?" She said, "Is this Brandon?" She said, "This Eazzy." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh my God, are you all right?" I'm like, "Yes." She said, "So you are home? I can't believe that happened to you." I was like, "It happened to me."
How can't you believe it? I'm doing everything
Come
illegal
on, man.
possible
Come on.
to go to jail. Like, let's be fucking
So
transparent.
I dealt with her for probably about 7 months,
yeah.
and I cold turkey stopped it. I seen it. I said, "Yeah, this about to get ugly, bro."
Yeah.
I had about
There's no way out.
Nah.
I don't feel there's
It's not.
no way out
It's
to
not.
continue. You can't do. I'm gonna just do a little bit here.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, it's inevitable. Something is going to break.
Yes,
it might
it
not
is,
be
man.
today, might not be
Not-
tomorrow, might not be the next day, but
gonna
it's
happen.
coming.
So that's when I was still popping the meth, and I'm
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you
man.
gotta say it
I
like
gotta say
that
it like
because
that,
that's what it
man. And
is.
if y'all out there steady popping that stuff is meth,
That stuff
man.
is meth. You are a meth
is a
head.
meth
You
head,
like
man.
methamphetamines.
I was meth out. You hear me? So whenever I was to the point where, you know, I'm so jacked up, man. I'm slipping it in people's drinks around me and female. Yeah, I slipped.
Brandon.
Being dumb, bro.
Brandon, no.
Yeah. Listen.
Brandon. This is a legend. We gotta say that now. Cause what the fudge?
Yeah, man. And
Look, did you ever give me? Man, did you ever give me?
listen, bro. So at that point,
Oh my God.
when I was doing this stupid stuff, man, and you know, I had my road dog with me, bro. Blizz was with me, man. That was my partner in crime, bro. We did everything, bro.
Yeah.
If you ain't see me, you see we was together, bro.
Absolutely.
And we was just always co-signing each other, like never telling each other, like, bro, we dumb, bro.
Yeah.
This ain't it, bro. We would never be able to get to that point because we was both into the same stuff. So after about 2019, when I was in my relationship with my baby mama, took me through it.
Yeah.
I love my baby mama. Shout out to my baby mama. You know, she had my child. I wish her the best. I don't want nothing to happen to her because she's the mother of my children.
Right.
But man, oh man, I was in for it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't no doing anything and sneaking around and thinking you, man.
She run a tight ship.
Boys, that ship was not about to sink. You hear me?
As you should, Queen. As you should.
Yeah, man. So after I realized that I was really the problem, I had to sit back. I sat back, man, and said,
So this is after your son.
this was right around the time. It was
Okay.
mighty funny that she had mentioned, like, I'm pregnant.
Okay.
And the old me would have been like, no, you're not. And I'm sitting there like agreeing, like, you are. I was happy. I didn't even know I was happy until after everything, I was like, I was really happy. It wasn't no, you need to do this, you need to do, no. I wanted a child. Didn't even know I wanted a child.
Yeah.
So, I knew right then and there it was a wrap because I didn't want to continue the cycle. I watched what I was doing. I remember what my father did. You know, like I said, man, rest in peace with my dad. My dad was a great father to me. He taught me a lot in a little bit of time. Even though he wasn't around as much, he taught me a lot.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be the person who I was to my son, bro.
Yeah.
And as much as I had to break down myself, bro, I had to let a lot of that stuff go. I'm talking about when my son was some months old, I was steady, you know, popping a little bit, but I knew I had to let this stuff go.
Wow,
man.
so this really had a hold of you. Like this really was you're being a family man at this point, and you're still sneaking and geeking.
Still sneaking and geeking.
Oh my God, Brandon, I did not know that. I know, I really didn't.
Y'all hearing it, bro.
Yeah, wow.
And I looked at my son, bro, and I whispered in his ear when he was in the hospital. It was either when he first, I think when he first got to the crib. And this is on my Facebook too. I whispered in his ear, man. I said, "You're gonna be better than me. You're not gonna take nothing from nobody. You're gonna be a stand-up dude. You know, you're gonna be able to do things on your own. You're not gonna need nobody whenever it's time to need somebody, but you're gonna know that you need somebody." And to this day, my son don't want nobody to do nothing for him. I can't even help him, but no, Daddy, I got it. He want to show me everything he can do. Before I can even show him how to do it. Right. And it took for me to see like, this stuff is really gonna matter. I knew it was gonna matter when I was talking to him, because when I looked at the video, I'm like, yo, them is my lips, you know, talking to my son in his ear, but that's a whole human I got. I don't got that's not no bag of chips. Yeah. That ain't no quarter of weed. Well, that's a human. Yeah. So I had to understand, like, now it's time. Yeah. So that's when I knew, bro. I let the stuff go, man. And around 2021, I was sitting in the parking lot in Market North, man. One of my homeboys was in the car. He was yerked up, you know, and I had one more pill, bro. I popped one more pill, man.
She said for old time's sake.
You know, I popped off, man. Yeah. And I was up. You know, it had me up. I'm just in the car making sure don't nothing happen to him while he in there, you know, coked over. You feel me? Right. And I just said, Lord, I can't do this, man. I feel convicted every time I do this stuff, man. And I just felt like the Lord was like, and I'm going to continue to let you do this because I want you to feel this pain. Boy. Yeah. And I had met a female, man. Her name is Jasmine Nelson. She do hair. Shout out to Jasmine. I love you, Jazz. I called her phone. I said, Jasmine, I'm in your parking lot, man. Such and such out here asleep. I don't want to sit in this car no more. Can I just please come in there and lay on your couch, man? She was like, yeah, you can. I'm about to unlock the door. Went in there, laid on the couch, man, and was just reflecting all night. It was probably like 11, 12 o'clock when I went in there. No, probably about 1 or 2. I was just on the chill like, something gotta happen, Lord. Like, and that's when I knew I was like, oh, we running back to God. Running back to God. It was times when I was in prison, bro, in the county jail. I kid you not. This is how I know God is real. I packed my clear bag up one day. My roommate was like, and this wasn't on my bed. This was a little, I got hit with a possession charge. And went in there and got bonded out, blah, blah, blah. But I was sitting there for like 15 days. Something told me to get up. I'm not lying, y'all. I got up and packed my bags up because I was walking back and forth looking at the door and I laid back down. I packed my bag up and my roommate was like, well, what you doing? I said, they about to buzz this, bro, and say, Wilson, pack your stuff. Man, I'm not lying. And if the dude, Matthew Brimmett, if you out there, you can attest to this. That was my cellmate. I'll never forget his name, Brimmett. Yeah. He was like, what? I said, I got a feeling, bro, they about to tell me to pack my stuff, man. Not even 20 minutes later, you can hear the intercom whenever it's about to come on. Yeah. He turned his head. It was like, Wilson. He was like, bro, what? Pack your stuff. I said, see, bro? He said, what are you, a genie or something, bro? He said, do that to me, man. I was like, nah, bro. I've been praying, bro. And I say that to say, when I was on that couch and I was running back to God, I said, yo, I need you, Lord. This is it right here, man. I can't do this. I've been doing this on my own, willingly failing. Mom said, you a bad criminal because you always get caught. Yeah. You need to get this up. Yeah. You know, I knew
message.
She said, I knew you was doing something when you got that red car. Ain't no weed buying that. Yeah. So when I call on the Lord, everything changed, bro. Everything, bro. Yeah. I'm talking about like, I started seeing stuff different. Everything was clearer. And mind you, I didn't even say this. I was battling seizures. Now, I want to say this was due to me consuming a lot of that meth, popping a lot of that stuff, messing up my brain waves and whatnot. But I was having real deal seizures. As you can see, a little bit of my tongue is gone because I would bite my tongue so much. And my baby mama was the first person I ever had a seizure around. I woke up, I peed on myself.
Wow.
And I woke up, it was EMS everywhere. I'm like, I said, what's up, bro? I thought I was about to go to jail. I didn't even recognize what was going on. It was like 5 of them in front of me. Like,
they got PTSD. What I do?
I said, what's up, bro? They're like, calm down.
Yeah.
You had a seizure. I was like, I had a what? And my baby mama got my son, Bryson.
Yeah.
She was like, yo. She said, I was scared. I said, well, what? I don't. He said, do you have a history of epilepsy in your family? And my grandmother used to have seizures, but they say that it's not
genetic or hereditary. Yeah.
But it got to be. I'm not sure. But whenever I had that seizure, bro, and I had about 5 of them in a span of 2 weeks. And I would always tell them, it was like, you want to ride? You want to take this ride? You go get evaluated? I tell them no all the time.
Is this soon after you stopped or while you were?
This was at the tail end of me stopping.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Bro.
Yeah.
And I was living with a female in Creekwood before then. And when I felt like I didn't need to be in Creekwood, a lot of stuff started transpiring, which allowed me to go back in Market North and really think about a lot of things where I was at in life, man. So I was really in a lot of different females' faces, you know, not necessarily having sex, but, you know, trying to get comfort. And I'm just looking at it like maybe I'm looking for the comfort of a mother or something like that.
Definitely.
So I had my baby mama, you know, I was dealing with Jasmine and I was dealing with somebody in Creekwood. So when I was in Market North and I realized everything had to really get away, man, and I was battling them seizures, them people would come to where I had a seizure at Jasmine House plenty of times. Them people will come and ask me the same questions over and over. Who's the president? What's your name? What's your birthday? And I would never be able to tell it like that. And they want you to be able to, you know, you need to know this stuff. If something is not right, you need to come with us.
Right.
I would take a sticky note with me everywhere and put it in the bathroom wherever I'm at. It's crazy. So I go to the bathroom, and whenever they ask me what my name is, I'll be like, can I go to the bathroom? They'll be like, hurry up, man. We don't want you to fall. I'll read the sticky notes to understand, get the answers. Now I come back and let them ask me and tell them the answer. Yeah. You know, so long story short, whenever I ask God to release me from a lot of that stuff, man, the seizure stopped, my craving for drugs stopped, my craving for weed stopped. I never really was a drinker, you know. Right now, you know, I'm in Charlotte, moved away. I've been gone for almost 4 years.
Do you think changing your environment helped as well?
Yes. It says in the Bible, you know, a prophet can't, you know, be anything in his hometown. You gotta go and pop somewhere else before you can think you can get taken serious home. Right. So, and me getting to Charlotte, Jasmine was like, I'm about to move out of Wilmington. You either come with me or you not. Cause you about to fall back. I can already see you falling back. You around the same people again. And I looked at her, I was like, I'm going. And all I was doing was just thinking about my child. Like, what I'm gonna do, bro? But I told my baby mama, I said, man, I gotta go. I'm about to leave and get myself together, bro. And I'm coming back for my boy, man. And I came back every month for my son, man. My son loved me. I love my son, man. I love my son.
He looks just like you. He looks just like you.
That's my boy,
that is so crazy.
And I've been raising him and his brother, his older brother, Jamari. And Jamari loved my music, man. Yeah. And he's very intelligent. He's 9 or about to be 9. And my son is about to be 6. Right. And it took for me to move and get here to take myself serious, get around some people, you know, that'll take me serious enough to see something in me like, you need to come to our church. Yeah. And my aunt told me that it was a home church here that my adopted grandmother, because I never met any of my grandparents, except for my dad's grandmother, my dad's mother. She has a church called Sherman Memorial. She was the first lady at Sherman Memorial. Her and my adopted grandfather, he was the bishop. Okay. So she said, you need to go to Sherman. You need to go to Sherman Memorial. And you need to get your life together while you're there. It's funny that you're there. You need to go to church. Shoot it away. Then I said, you know what, I'm going to go. Yeah. Seen a lot of faces that I didn't know, met a few people. And shout out to my cousin Kendra. When I first moved to Charlotte, my cousin Kendra, whenever I had to move away from Jasmine for a little bit, she allowed me to come to her house and on Pinebird Avenue. I'm never gonna forget it.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping on her couch, man, when I moved to Charlotte, bro, for 6 months. And she was like, on the 6th month, she just looked at me and said, B, this ain't you. Because when she was living in Hillcrest in Wilmington, she would let me come over there. I was, paying her rent, giving her money. She ain't never had one for nothing. I just crashed at Cousin Kendra crib.
Yeah.
And she was like, this ain't you. I don't know what you got to do, cuzzo, but me and Ren, we about to move. And I hate to tell you, but you can't come. And I wasn't sad.
Yeah.
I said, cuzzo, I don't blame you. Because now I got to really tighten up.
Yeah.
I ended up getting a pressure washing job with a company. Learned how to pressure wash real good. Shout out to my Uncle Al. He taught me how to pressure wash out the gate. He told me, if you don't do nothing, you better do something with your hands because you never gonna run out of money. A lot of stuff will fail, but people always need their hair done, their car work done, their house fixed.
Absolutely.
Everything. So
definitely.
I started a business called Easy to Clean Pressure Washing. And I'm taking everything that I learned from my uncle and the company and putting it into now, man. And I'm gonna be able to pass it on to my son if he don't ever want to work for nobody, him and his brother.
Yeah. And so I feel like now your presence, I guess, like on social media and just in life in general, you've been not only sharing your story, but kind of I can't think of the word, just like reaching out to people and like trying to get them to see the brighter side of things and being motivational. And I seen actually on your TikTok, it's like a life coach sort of thing, right? So how did you get into that?
I went on TikTok. I was at my cousin's crib. I had got one of my TikToks got banned because I was exercising outside and they said I was doing something that'll harm me. So I couldn't go live no more. So I just threw that page away. It had about 5,000 followers. I thought that was a lot.
Yeah.
But I made my new TikTok and put motivational speaker. God was like, put motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Put motivational speaker and change my name to Brand. That's what my aunt always called me. And one day I went up there, bro. Actually, I went up there and I cried my eyes out because I
seen it. There was so many people tuned into that live and you were just...
Oh my goodness, bro.
That was like a release. You could tell that had been sitting on you for so long. Like that was heavy.
That was everything we talking about.
Yeah.
That was all of it, man.
Yeah.
And when I did that, I had so many likes, shares, and comments. I still get comments to this day. And that was in like 2023 or 4.
Yeah.
And when I did that, I said, dang, bro, I really gotta tell this story somehow. Like, I don't know how to just tell it to people, but I gotta spoon feed these people this right here. This right here ain't even it. You feel me?
Yeah.
We doing this, bro, and I appreciate you. It's so much more, and we just zipping it up, bro. And I love this because they getting this.
Yeah.
So
you have to just knowing you and what you've been through and just where you're at now. Not only is it like inspirational, but just having God be the forefront of it. People don't.
Nah.
Y'all don't get it.
They don't get it, man.
If you don't get it, you don't get
That's
it.
just
But
you.
that is just so powerful to me
And I kid you not. I said, I'm doing this for God. I'm doing this for my son. I'm doing this for my aunt. I want my aunt to be proud of me, bro. Like, I made her look so crazy in a lot of different situations because she was a clerk of courts. So I'd be going to court.
Yeah.
And she's right there.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Insane.
I'm always in court.
Insane.
And she's always helping me.
Like,
Get me
they're
lawyers.
your nephew.
Yeah. They're Brandon, So whenever I said I'm going to start giving this story out and this testimony, I really said I got to spoon feed it on Facebook because they're not gonna be ready. I've been telling my story on TikTok since 2024.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been able to do that on Facebook because everybody not on the same wave right now. You feel me?
Then I also feel like it has to do with your environment. The people who are on your Facebook are people who knew Eazz, G5, whatever.
Yeah.
TikTok, you reach other people who aren't familiar with you. So you got to touch other lives and then obviously now people who knew you or whatever, now they're like, let me see what he actually has going on. Let me,
And that's the lovely part about it. Cause I get people on my TikTok and I'm like, dang, I didn't even know that was such and such in the comments.
Yeah.
Or somebody messaged me from Wilmington.
Yeah.
So it was my cue to do that when somebody was like, I can't even remember who it was. They said, man, I've been watching you on TikTok, boy. I'm proud of you, bro. It was like, boy, people need to get this, man. And from you, like, they gonna believe it, bro.
Absolutely.
So I started spoon feeding Facebook. I was deleting and hiding and locking a lot of videos and pictures that I had from years ago. I couldn't stand looking at that stuff, bro.
Yeah.
But I know I can't delete it because it's gonna be needed someday.
And it's part of your story.
Part of my
You
story.
can't be ashamed of it. If anything, that's more the reason to be proud of it.
It is, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm sitting here right now to this day, giving out motivation, as much motivation as I can on Facebook. You know, because that's your hometown. That's what everybody is that know you. A lot of people be like, I ain't on Facebook, forget them. Them people haters. Oh, they don't like my page, but they watching my story. Oh, haters.
Who cares?
Who care, bro?
Who cares?
Them people watching. Say something that they gonna need, bro.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, I don't care how many people watch my story. I don't care how many people like me, don't like me. I'm about to get this out because out of 500 people, 2 of these people gonna get this message.
That's
bro.
all that
all you
matters.
need,
That's all that matters.
One of them 2 people might be the one that'll tell this to somebody and that go crazy.
That's always been my message, even with my podcast. Like, I don't care about being the most popular, whatever. Like, there's a message as far as my goal is in each episode. Somebody's going to be able to relate to you, your story, and receive something from it. I don't care how small it is. That's my purpose.
And that's why I say I'm putting God in front of everything. Right now, man, I'm working with Sherman Memorial Kojic with their youth department. We go on trips. I'm a mentor to one of the kids at that church. Whenever I go to Dollar Tree, I don't care where I go. If I see a young person, I'm gonna give them some motivation.
Yeah.
If I see a single mama walking with her daughter, I do this every day.
Yeah.
It's not a day go by that I don't get fulfillment from giving somebody some motivation. I just was
spreading the gospel.
Listen, bro, I was just at the 7-Eleven before I came here, bro. And a lady pulled up in a blue car. Someone was just like, give her some encouragement. Pulled up and I looked at her. She looked at me. I said, yep. Got out the car. I was like, excuse me, ma'am. She was like, yes. I said, listen, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what's been going on in your life, but I want to let you know it don't matter what it is. If you can't put your hands on it, take your hands off and let God get it. Because right now, nobody's doing this. Everybody in their phone. Nobody know how to conversate no more. If you conversate with somebody in public, they're going to look at you like you're a space
crazy
alien. Like, were you talking to me?
Yeah.
So when she looked at me, she said, that was right on time. God is a mysterious and phenomenal God. I was like, yes, ma'am. And something told me to say this to you.
Yeah.
And I said, I want you to know I'm proud of you for whatever it is that you be doing and nobody tell you that they proud of you of. And when I do stuff like that, it make me feel like I got purpose.
Yeah.
Not just typing something on the internet. This is real deal going in people's face. You got
one-on-one interaction.
Man, you got to have some type of stature about your personality to be able to do that. And now that I'm sober, I don't have nothing to boost me up. I got to do this. I got to do this for real. This is me.
Because I was going to say that has always been your personality.
Yeah.
However, you were doing other things to encourage you to do it, but it's always been in you. That's your gift, I feel.
And it's, man, I'm so glad you said that because I'm back making music. It's not going to be like I'm trying to go viral and be the next big thing.
Yeah.
This music that I'm making right now, man, is going to be the gateway for somebody to hear it that need to hear it. And it's my story inside of it. But I want this to open up doors for me to be able to be a motivational speaker to the people who need to be motivationally spoken to. You feel me? So whenever they do be like, man, I heard your song, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, I really felt such and such in there. And I can talk to them like, man,
it's kind of your gateway.
It's my gateway to it.
Yeah.
You know, like weed is a gateway drug.
Yeah, hello.
Music is my gateway motivation to people. You feel me? So it's
yeah.
like the tables have turned so quick and so sudden, bro. God say all of a sudden, man, it's gonna happen suddenly, man. And my personality right now, every day I wake up every day.
Hold on.
Ritz.
I'm playing. I swear I'm joking.
I'm sorry,
you
y'all.
switched that so
real
fast.
quick, right?
Ritzy. No, they know my name.
Nah, man, this personality that I got now, I'm waiting to wake up and feel my old self. I was that person so long that me and this new skin I'm in is foreign.
Yeah.
And they say God gonna turn you into a new creature whenever you accept it and want it. He gonna turn you into a new creature, man. I don't cuss no more. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I was in traffic a few times and, I let something slip out, but cussing is not in my vocabulary, whether it's in music, talking to somebody. I don't judge nobody for what they do. This is just me now. I done had enough of all of that. I done did all that. So I'm just so ready to be able to talk to people like I'm doing right now, man. Like I said, I appreciate you for this.
Of course.
A lot of people get up here, and don't understand the severity of this. Like, if you really want to do something, man, this is the gateway. Yeah. And you helping people be able to tell that story for somebody on the other end of that camera right now that's like, dang, boy, I used to have that same type of courage, but I need to message Eazz and be like, Eazz, boy, what you got going on, man? And I'm gonna tell you, God.
I was fixing my mouth to say that. That's the answer.
That's it, man.
I believe that.
That's all, bro.
I believe that.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
I got a few songs out, man, that I'm about to put on. I got an EP coming out. And the EP is not a whole album. It's probably like 7 or 8 songs. Okay. And I'm gonna put it on all the platforms. Yeah. This ain't just to reach Wilmington. This is I'm looking to put this on a platform and they categorize whatever they do. And I wake up one day and got 1 million streams because the right person was like, yo, wow, bro. And now you have a different message. You have a different audience. Man. You have a different reach. It's gonna be yeah. Man, I got a song, man. This means so much to me. I say, they keep talking bad about me like ain't nothing else to say. And the saddest part about it is I'm lowing out the way. I've been waiting on it. Guess it's time for me to make the change. But when I change it on them, just know it ain't gonna never be the same. I repeat that twice. Then I say life's so different. Sometimes you gotta be more quiet and just pay more attention because it's like the phones be listening. Because I can think a thought inside my head and then see it the next minute. As God be my witness. They got everybody doing the same thing and it's making it seem scripted. I'm a lot more different. And my timeline shifted. So TikTok ain't gotta notify me that I'm gifted. Now I'm talking for real, my brother. These YNs nowadays just wanna kill each other. It ain't their fault. They probably need somebody to love them, but that's hard because these old heads out here can't trust them. Yeah. So it's on to the next. Like, what you gotta do out here to get a little check? Because if you ain't got no money, they ain't giving you respect. And without respect, tell me really, what else you expect? Well, you better expect the best and speak life even if you on your last breath. I know somebody right now who ain't got nothing left and somebody else that got it all that wants something else. Keep talking bad about me like ain't nothing else to say. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. That's the couple of them bars probably went off over y'all head. Listen, I caught it. I caught it. I was being cool because I want to but what? It's real, bro. Yes. It's real, man. Yes. So now, like I said, bro, the EP is gonna be called Rebranding. My name is Brandon. And you know how you rebrand something? Yeah. I'm rebranding myself. Absolutely. You put the rebranding on it. Yeah. You feel me? And I'm proud of you. Thank you. I'm genuinely so proud of you. Proud of you too. Thank you. I'm gonna come in the North Chase. Like, you might go pick my friend up, bro. We about to ride the rim. Come on, I had that blue Buick, one of them cars. Yeah. Well, we had fun, bro. We really did. We really did. Your house was the first house I went to, but the biggest house I've seen. I'm like, whoa! Like I hope grew up in $1 million crib. Listen, if you want to bet, I'll take that deal. She's not playing. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Like, I want her parents to think I am a cool dude, so I can look at this house. Man, I walk in there, bro. Did you have like a what's the thing? The frog, the front roof over the garage. Man, it's like a Hey Arnold house up there, man. You ever seen Hey Arnold? Man, he got his own all purple. I had a purple palace. That's what we called it. You know what I'm saying? That right there was it. You hear me? That was it. Now. I'm telling you. And it's moments like that to bring us to this right here, bro. Amen. Look at us now. Amen. Check us out. Amen. Look at us. Okay. So as a exit or whatever, like give just like some motivation. Not to just me, but a little bit to me too. And the people. So listen, man. This ain't nothing I wrote down. This is just me being real. Get out your phones as much as you can. Stop looking down. Look up. To the young dudes out there, man, it's nothing cool about steady killing each other. None of y'all was drill rappers before the drill scene came out anyway. Y'all was playing sports and being good. Stop killing each other, bro. Especially to the black community. Why would you want to continue to kill each other off, man? You stopping a generation. It's weird to be standing around with a bunch of dudes with a bunch of guns. To the single mothers out there, I love y'all. Keep y'all heads up and keep smiling. If you can't put your hands on it, give it to God.
Amen. Thank you for coming, Brandon. I appreciate you. Tell people where they can find you and get some of that motivation, get some of that, the word from you.
Now, what I was going to do, but I forgot, I was going to write it on some paper so I can hold it up like that so they can screenshot it or something. But I got locked out of my Instagram.
Well, I'll put it at the end.
Okay, I got locked out of my Instagram. So I'm going to be making another one now that I'm back making my music. But my Facebook is Hercules. They would never let me change that. I be trying. They said I didn't reach the
spell it though.
HURKLEEAZZ. That's like Herc, you know, Urkel. Hercle Eazz, Eazz. And my TikTok is Brand 307. BRAN 307.
Okay.
And that's why I got my biggest following that on TikTok because it's more broad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
go up there for some motivation, y'all. He got a lot of videos. You post regularly, and you're gonna get the word.
You're gonna get you some good word, man. I ain't gonna Bible you to death. I ain't about to preach and be yes, Lord.
Yeah, no. And it's not fake. And it's not fake.
It's for real, man. I love everybody. I become a lover, man. I want everybody to just be happy, man, with everything that's going on. You know, with me losing my parents, I know what it feel like, bro. With trying to be in your kid's life and you got so much going on, I know what it is, man.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to TalkSpicyHer. You know where to find me. All platforms, TalkSpicyHer, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Hit that follow button, please.
Hit that follow button. Hear me out.
Yeah.